Awesome. Welcome to Coffee Connect, everybody. Roddy here. I'm your host. If you are not part of the email campaign, please email me at ccinfo at addictedtoconnecting.com. Happy to get you added in. I know Jamie said she's still having issues with the link in the emails and stuff, but if I'll try and work through that again. I might have to just jump on with Jeff at some point this week and see if there is an issue on the other end or whatever. But we're going to record today. It'll be posted on the website at some point tomorrow or something. As just a quick reminder, right? Our general philosophy here is that we're here not just to learn, right, but to connect with people and to build on those connections to help others either in job search or help people build their businesses, right? And most importantly, to help others solve the solutions or challenges that are in their life, right? And so before we get into the content today and what today's message is going to be, is there any celebrations or announcements that anyone would like to share?
I have a
I celebrated. I did my taxes over the weekend. Yay.
Breakfast is on Joe next week. Yes. Go ahead, Pam.
I didn't say I had a return. I just said that I got them done.
Go ahead, Pam.
got a good networking story. A couple weeks ago, I contacted a internal recruiter at a company because it was her birthday. I let her know what was going on in job transition, and she's like, "I'll keep my ears open." Within the next week, she contacts me and says she just got out of a meeting and they have an EHS specialist position that's going to be opening, not posted. And I submitted the resume directly to her. She went to the hiring manager. Got an email back from the HR department yesterday. Set up an interview for a job that's not posted next week. So networking works.
That's the best time to get there.
Awesome.
Yay.
So, hey, and so also, and I appreciate that share, PM. I want to remind everyone, like, obviously we're here for an hour and we want to try and keep it to that as much as possible. Jim, I'm going to ask for your help today if I can, because I know, Jeff's not in the crowd or else I'd task him with it, right? I know you know how to run the timers and stuff, right?
Oh, that's bold of you. I can figure it out. Yeah.
when we get into in-deep conversations here in the main room, right? All I'm asking is that we try to keep our input to the conversation to about 90 seconds, guys, or less, right? And so we give everybody that opportunity to speak and stuff if needed, right? And so, Jim, I would just ask, like, if we get to the point where we're answering questions or somebody's inputting, throw the timer up there just so we can all be aware of the timer and stuff, right? We're not here to throw the hook on anybody or anything, but we just want to be cognizant that others might have some things to put into, right? And so any other announcements or ask? I'll tell you, I'll throw the celebration out there, right? President's Day, I started off this week with amazing. Diane Kinsella had referred me to a young lady who is who used to be part of the board at Journey to Hope, who's now a director at an early childhood learning center in over in the Delhi area and stuff, St. John's, Westminster. And I did financial literacy workshops for their 15 teachers on Monday morning. It was an amazing hour that I spent with them. I had a great time with those young ladies and looking forward to right now, we're up to 8 of the 15 that I'm meeting with one-on-one to hopefully help them in their financial journeys and stuff. So appreciate all of that. So let's keep moving here. Some of you might have seen this and were like, what is Rodney doing? He's cursing on the flyers and stuff, right? I'm the damn asset, right? This isn't about getting hired. It's about realizing these companies out here need you, right? If you're a business owner, the people you're speaking to need you, right? And so that's what the conversation is going to be centered around today, just as a celebration of my educational success. I'll let you know from here on down, the PowerPoint was made by Python. in Python code, and then export it to PowerPoint, right? Some of the things that I'm learning. This is the slide that it came up with, right, on the damn asset. Reclaim your value, lead with confidence, and create your own opportunities. If we are not selling to people that we're sitting in front of, right, chances are we're being sold on something else, right? That we're not for them, that we're not valuable enough, that we don't have the skills, that we like, and guys, that's a bunch of bull, right? We all bring things to the table. Sometimes we just don't articulate what we can bring, right? And so, why this conversation might matter, right? I mean, it is for sure, right, that it is difficult right now in the job market, right? Listen, sales is no different, okay? And businesses are no different. It's tough to find clients and then get clients to understand what you're trying to do for them and things like that, right? And so high performing leaders are often eroded by uh, the incremental criticism or misalignment or rejection or whatever else that might come with it, right? Confidence and clarity will also degrade, right? If we go, I know just talking to some of you, right, on one-on-ones or meeting you out for coffee and stuff, that you can almost feel, right, the I don't want to call it desperation, but uh, the weight, right, that you're bearing at this point sometimes and stuff. And so I want you to understand, right? I reached out to some people the other day and just sent some small messages, right, about how amazing they are, about how incredible they are, and not only does that hopefully make them feel good, right, but guys, it made me feel good, right? Uh, just being able to reach out, and not only that, but then the follow-on conversations that happen from that, right? To know that, hey, these people are part of your life and you're part of their life, and if that's the case, then you should probably make the most of trying to help each other out, right? And in a volatile market, right, under leveraged talent is a strategic risk. And I will tell you, everybody in here has skill sets and stuff that are under leveraged. And maybe we don't even think that those are some of our superpowers that we have, but they just might be. And we're going to explore some of that and kind of brainstorm some of that today to think, is there something I'm leaving out that maybe should be brought to the forefront of my conversations with people or in my resume or whatever it might be, right? And then obviously always reframing things that you are the asset. You're not just an applicant out here putting in opportunity, putting in a chance for opportunities, right? This isn't a lottery, okay? You have skills and talents that are valuable to companies, right? And so quick session at a glance, right? One, we're going to restore some confidence and clarity and unlock hopefully some of the opportunity thinking that you have from those skill sets. And then most importantly, right, as the outcome, we want you, right? I want all of you to see you the way I see you, right? That's the reality. I want all of you to see you the way I see you. And you guys are amazing, right? And so this again, a lot of this is driven by AI and stuff. As I'm throwing thoughts into AI, it came up with this whole damn framework, which is cool, right? The damn asset framework, right? Discover, identity, transfer trace, and pattern impact, right? That's the D, discover. A is to articulate, figure out, how do I put that across? How do I get that across to translate the strengths, right, into the value that I can bring? And then kind of mapping that out to figure out where do those strengths align, right, with income generating opportunities or with the companies that I'm speaking with, right, with the interviewers that I'm talking to, and then figuring out how we can navigate that and really gain the confidence from small successes over time, right? And so if you're going to screenshot that, go feel free to screenshot that or whatever you need. And so we're going to go to breakout here real quick. We've got 3 breakouts planned for today, right? And so it is going to be kind of fast, but I guarantee you, I think we're going to get a lot of value out of the conversations today. Breakouts, let me shuffle these up. So feel free to screenshot this and I'll speak to it here in a second. We're going to go with that. Perfect. So skill discovery, right? What are your capabilities, right? Where have you created outsized impact, right? Formally or informally in the past, right? Think about the past experiences or things that you've done that maybe has brought value, that you didn't really count on those skills that much, but you know that it's there for you, that talent is there. And when you're in a role, right? When you're in a position, what do people come to you for, right? What do they seek you out for? Okay. And so this is just the first breakout room. We're going to go to this. It's 10:14, guys. We're going to go for about 8 or 9 minutes, and we'll come back here, and then we're going to jump in. We'll shuffle up and go to the second breakout room, which will kind of continue through this damn framework that we keep talking about, right? And so all right. I think everybody's, well, maybe not. There we go. I think everybody's back now. So, guys, I mean, I think sometimes we go to these breakout rooms, and I think so. I can't remember who it was last week, right? Somebody was. It might have been Andy or something, right? Was like, I know I can do these things, and then all of a sudden Rodney asks these things, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, how's that apply? How do I, And I know that happens for sure when we get into these rooms because you guys don't know what's going to be presented, what's going to be asked, or whatever, right? Well, hopefully it does get you thinking, like, what skills am I missing out on, right? What things can I do great, or that people come to me for that maybe I'm not communicating well enough, right? And so that was the discovery piece, and we're going to tie all this together, and we'll share at the end of all of this, right? But let me go back to sharing my screen so we can get on with breakout room number 2, because this is just as important, right? If you start to understand where those skills are, then it's not just a matter of knowing, it's a matter of how do I communicate those skills, right? How do these capabilities, skill sets, talents, right, solve real problems and might even be urgent, right, for those sitting across from you, right? I remember being interviewed with Georgia Pacific, right? And they were bringing in a whole bunch of new equipment, and they had this process that they were looking at, but they really weren't sure how to implement things. And they're interviewing a guy, by the way, that did 14 years on the same ship that had 50-year-old nuclear reactors in it and stuff, right? So my thought process of, or their thought process was probably, this guy doesn't know anything about implementing new equipment and processes and systems and stuff, right? But I did actually, right? And so I had to sell that and figure out what capabilities do I have that can help me sell why I am going to be of value here, right? What would it look like, right? To package all of that as an offer. I remember sitting down, same interview, right? Same company, sitting down for lunch with them that day. And they're like, well, tell us kind of what you would do. Well, if I sit here and kind of throw out the outline of what I would do, right? The systematic process in which I would use to do everything that you need me to do, why would you need me? Right? That was my thought process was, well, if I sit here and tell you my secrets, why would you want to hire me at that point? You could probably take that and configure some kind of process or procedures or whatever that would let your existing team get everything into the system, get all the maintenance practices and processes implemented into your maintenance program and things like that, right? I mean, even though I was dealing with 50-year-old nuclear reactors, how many of you guys believe Enterprise had computers back in 1960 that we actually ran all of our maintenance systems on and stuff, right? Wasn't there. That didn't come about until 2000 or whatever, right? I mean, and I think it was 2000 when we got our first laptop computers, right, inside the maintenance areas that we could actually lay out our entire schedules and stuff like that for maintenance and stuff. So you got to understand how you can communicate that, right? And make sure they understand, listen, this is the offer, right? I'm willing to do this for you, but I got to know what you're willing to do for me. And don't be afraid to walk away with the offer. If they don't say, oh, well, this is what we're willing to offer, right? So this is breakout room number 2, guys. Learning how to communicate the value. Hopefully you screenshot that. I'm going to go back to the breakout rooms. We're going to shuffle them up. And I will see you guys. It's 10:27. We're going to go for about another 8 or 9 minutes. And look at all of them beautiful people. I think everyone's back. Good deal. So hopefully you were able to talk through some things as far as trying to figure out how is it best for me to say, this is where I'm going to do the best for you, right? This is where I'm bringing my bang for the buck is. whatever it might be. I am the damn asset, right? And that's what it all comes down to be. And so there's one more piece of this thing. I know there was 4 letters in the framework, but there's only 3 pieces that we're working on. The valuation kind of works through 2 things, but I know I'm not sharing, so let's get back to sharing here. And then we can kind of come back and hopefully you guys are all prepared to share what you've learned or maybe how this may have helped you today and stuff. And so the last thing is kind of building that confidence. Rejection, not getting emails back, nobody returning your phone calls, right? Degrades our confidence over time. And someone can tell us we got skills and stuff all we want, but sometimes there's just only so much beat down that we can all take, right? And I will tell you, you've got to be able to tell yourself that sentence, man. I am the damn asset. I'm the damn asset. I'm the best financial literacy coach in all of Ohio, right? I guarantee you, you're not going to find someone that teaches it as well as what I do and leads you through the successes that you need to see in your finances, right? If you're not speaking that way to yourself, guys, right, then you're letting in the things that are going to capsize your entire ship, so to speak, right? And so what's the one sentence that helps you capture your value, right? And this as an executive language. Listen, I don't speak like you're not like you don't speak, right? Speak how you speak. Communicate how you communicate, right? Don't try to speak like Thurston Howell III. Some of you may not know who that was, right? Right. Speak how you speak. Okay. And so the whole goal of this next breakout is just that, right? To try and figure out what's that one sentence. And we can call it our pitch, right? But I think this is almost maybe even pull out your resumes and read what's your caption at the top, right? What is your caption sentence at the top? Maybe that's it. And if it doesn't align with maybe the values and the capabilities that we spoke about earlier, maybe that's not what it needs to be. Okay. And so I'm going to stop sharing and we are going to go to breakout one more time. You're moving right through today. That's awesome.
We're back.
Yeah. So listen, you guys are the asset, right? You're the value in every company that's out there. Don't let anybody ever think that you're not, okay? When they start to doubt it, make sure you reiterate the message that you continue to tell them when they hired you, right? And expand upon that because as you get started in a company, you get started in a role, right? You're going to learn more about the role. You're going to learn more about the company. You're going to learn more about how the skills and talents that you have, right, can make a difference for that organization. And so, just real quick, we're going to pass the baton, right? What did you hear today? Maybe that reframed how you're thinking about your own value. I just made the comment to Jim and Aaron. I said Patrick had to get off early because he had to go to an interview. I hope to God he wasn't thinking, "Oh my gosh, I got to change my whole statement." No, don't try and do that because you're going to interview. Just stick with what you got right now, and then work on the improvement after the interview. Right? Where did you notice any underleveraged capabilities or talents that you might have had? Right, as well, maybe others that you had out there that you didn't realize that Dave could do something, or you didn't realize that Jamie had these skill sets or whatever. What patterns may have emerged from the whole group, right? And so, Mr. Bender, why don't you kick us off, man?
Oh man, you're killing me. Okay,
You're unmuted. That's why I chose you.
What's that?
You were unmuted. That's why I chose you.
It's very rare that I'm flabbergasted, but couple of the different sessions I was in today, I'm more facilitated because I'm retired. I'm not really looking for something myself. But what I like to say about myself is that I try to assist people in job transition through using tough love, humor, and real world experiences that I've had. And I think that, and I think people who know me, like Brian's nodding his head right now, is like, just kind of try to help people that way. And I will throw it to Hoosier, Kate Cassis.
still happy about that. Okay.
I'm not.
I
Wow.
Are you a Miami fan?
No, no.
Oh, okay. Or Purdue fan?
Before that, I'm Ohio State fan.
Ohio State.
Whatever.
Go ahead.
All right. So I'll just mention like the patterns that emerged, I think, in a lot of discussions is really problem solving and critical thinking of like the skills that people have, and also in connection with their ability to work with people and like listen to people, and like those two things together. Like you can't do one without understanding the people that you're working with and how you're helping them and taking them through that process. And so I heard that kind of in multiple people's strengths and skills of where they really thrive.
Toss it to someone.
I will toss it to Julie.
I just thought that with this, confidence is something that either you have or you don't have, but I feel like you can give yourself confidence and the fact of, knowing more than anybody else, especially when you're like in job transition and stuff. I mean, I would get 3 contacts of every company I was interested in. I would personally make sure that I interview them. There were people not in the area of where I was to get hired, not in marketing because I was in graphic design at that time, transportation, accounting, the janitor. I don't care, sometimes I even go to the CEO but I would always have people that I wanted to find out more details than what you could read on the website the night before an interview.
Yeah.
So that when I go in there for the interview, I already know the receptionist, I already know where the coffee is, the restrooms. I even said in our group, I knew that they reupholstered the seating in the conference room because I've been there so often. When you have such insider information, it makes you so much more confident when you're walking in there for an actual interview. And they just don't understand it. So
familiarity breeds confidence for sure, right?
all right, I'm gonna
toss it
go
for you, if that's okay.
I'm gonna go. You throw it to Dave.
I'm writing Jamie an email about her strength finders, but I'll finish that in a minute, Jamie. Get ready because you're going to get the lead here. What I found, I think, in all of the groups are just a sense of people don't like tooting their own horn, and oftentimes they phrase things less than stellar. There's a couple people I'm looking at, but they can't tell that they have great ideas, but it's just reframing it into something a little bit more forceful. So trust yourself. Everybody in this room has got some great successes they can share with people. Okay, Jamie, I'm going to go back to the response.
He tossed it to you, Jamie.
I got it. I was talking. I love doing all these breakouts, especially. One Dave Skoglund had said, and I told him I would probably say this and I would give him credit, but a line that he likes to use is, if you're looking to achieve more of what's important to you, I can, and then you fill in how it ends. And I really like that because I know that I always feel confident. Sometimes, after a while it gets kind of old. It's like, how many more copies do I have to connect with someone to get a recovery coaching, client? Or, how many people do I need to network with? It gets old. And so I'm learning to be, I think it was Kate who said being intentional. I'm getting much, much better about that. So, because I have other things I can do in my life, and this is like a second, third career for me. It's not something I have to do. My husband keeps saying, "Are you ever going to be done with this?" I'm like, "No, this is something I can do. I love doing and I feel passionate about." So that's, I guess, really quick. That's a lot of ideas, but hopefully that answers some questions.
Darcy, why don't you share? We haven't heard from you.
Oh,
today.
yeah. I forgot to pass it. There you go.
Yep.
Good. I pass it to Darcy.
Yeah, there we go. I got it. I think the 2 things that jumped out in the breakout room, so the ability to exude that calm confidence is one thing. So the ability to slow things down, right? Don't get too shook up. It's not the end of the world. Just kind of, name it, call it what it is. And then the other thing, and I think it was the third breakout, is we have to find a way to be our number one fan, because it doesn't matter who supports us if we don't believe it ourselves. So that's my banner, my flag is I'm going to walk around with, I support me.
You got that right, brother. You got that right, man. Awesome, dude. I'm gonna toss it for you as well, Susie.
Well, like I mentioned in one of my breakouts, I've gone through so much of finding out why I'm the darn asset. Sorry, don't swear. Um, but so it kept me going. It like it always does. It keeps me going. I still have trouble believing some of the stuff that I know is right or that I can do. But I've noticed that there's a lot of people that I think are going to get jobs really quick because they are confident. And if they're as confident in their interviews as they are today, then I'm really think that there'll be a lot of people getting jobs soon. Um,
Good deal, good deal. And I don't typically cuss either, Susie. I use daggum a lot. Daggum, 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 daggum. Uh, just happened to be that I think there was some like oomph in it, just using the word and putting it in.
oh,
But so hopefully nobody was offended by it. But
Rodney's the first guy to spend 25 years in the military who doesn't swear.
I did when I was in the Navy. Buddy, I'm telling you, I dropped F bombs like no tomorrow, man. When I was in the Navy, man. But I have significantly reduced my potty mouth, man. Jim, let's hear from you, man, and then we're gonna take one more, and then we'll wrap it up, guys.
Um, I had something I was gonna say and I don't remember it. I think for me the big takeaway today was like so often people talk about job titles, and it's hard for me to put myself into a particular job title because anytime I see one, I'm just like, this is it's almost the opposite of what you said, right? How do we put all of what we offer into a package, not just a line on a resume? And so when I'm looking at job titles, it's the same thing. I'm looking at all these responsibilities. I'm like, this sounds boring as hell. Um, but when I think about what I bring, which is that personal connection, that bringing order out of chaos, I can do that in any job title, with any responsibility. And so it gives me a new way of looking at like, I don't care what the job title is. I know who I am. I know what I bring to any role. And here's how I'm going to do that, for this particular organization.
Absolutely. What a transition too, right? I mean, my closing slides here, right? Guys, you don't need permission. You don't need a title. You don't need uh, any of that, right? To lead and know that, hey, man, I bring value and I'm the asset, right? You can say it, you can own it, right? I think the more we repeat it to ourselves, right, the more clear it becomes to us. Like Darcy was saying, the first person that has to believe all of this, right, is us, man. The more we say it, the more we believe it, right? The more we can agree that, listen, uh, we are worth, right, and worthy of whatever it is that we're going for, right? And if it's you're in business, one of the hardest things to get over, right, is that one, you're by yourself, and not everybody's going to agree with what you're doing, because we've all been taught kind of, hey, you should go get a job, man. You should work with a company and all of those things, and not everybody wants to do that, okay? Uh, and so this today wasn't about showing the job seekers how they can become entrepreneurial. I mean, it was hopefully understanding that you already are entrepreneurial. And I think business leaders want to know, how are you bringing that aspect to my company? And so often we just don't know how to communicate that, right? And we don't know how to bring, how to verbalize the value that we're bringing, guys. And so remember, you are the daggum asset, right? You are the daggum asset, right? And so no new people this week, guys. Upcoming networking opportunities. If you have not been to Cleveland area networking on Mondays at noontime on Zoom, please reach out to myself or Jeff Hexter, right? Jim goes a lot too, right? I mean, guys, Cleveland area networking is amazing, and it really works to help polish your 30 to 60 second elevator pitch, right? And so please work on that. If there are any one-to-one requests, if you talk to somebody today, you're like, man, I'd really like to catch up with that person, right? One-on-one, please throw those in the chat. Reach out to folks on LinkedIn, right? Make sure that that is happening. Next week, we're going to do a triple header in marketing, branding, and content management, right? Jim, is that the truth?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that, right? Triple header. We've been doing the triple headers. We're going to do 3 breakout rooms. We got Jim leading us. We've got Amelia Nieswicki coming back, or not Nieswicki, Macias. Sorry, she got married. And Jeff Dulwich will be here, all in 3 separate breakout rooms, each with their own micro topic, right, on marketing and branding and all of those things, guys. The week after that, I've got them switched here. We're going to do a personal development topic on strategic leadership led by Dave Skoglund. And then the following week, this is where I need your help, right? So this business solutions is going to go down to the 17th, just like the goat farm, right? Where we had a real business out there that we all put our heads together to try and figure out what are some things that we can put in place, which, by the way, I followed up with Pam yesterday. She's working with Tracy right now to get an outline. Tracy's kind of waiting until the weather clears to actually start implementing some of the things that we, right, suggested to her, guys. And so I would love to find another business that is struggling, that's having a hard time, or has a challenge out there that, again, on the 17th of March, that we can all collaborate on and hopefully provide some solutions for and help that individual out, right? Go out there, have a great week, everybody. It's 11:03. Stay warm if you're in the cold. I don't think anybody is here, but we're going to be in 60s in Cincinnati next week, right? And remember, I love you guys, all right?
Rodney, remind people to save the chat.
Yep. Chat's out there, guys, in the